Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Heaven and Terry's Moon. Flight boss, the Archangel Uriel. And I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And as y'all can tell, I'm a little low on energy right now. A little bit too much oxygen or air than got released in my stomach. But for the most part, that ain't what this video is about. This video is about shapeshifters and chameleons. So I want to do a video on shapeshifters and chameleons. Now, I don't want to get people lost in, you know, when we start to talk about reptilians and greys and Anunnakis and things of that nature, because these things are very real. It's just the way you may be looking at them is kind of false. Now, you know, for the most part, the words and the shapes and forms and the sigils and the indoctrinations of these things matter none. That's not what it is. We have to understand what is the actual energy doing itself. What is the frequency vibration of this energy? And what is this energy that's being played out? What is it doing itself? And once you understand that aspect, it doesn't matter what language or word or shape and form or sigil you use to explain that energy. You will be able to explain it in any language and people will understand it just by using common sense. You could be using fucking sign language and a person will understand what you're trying to say. See what I'm saying? So for the most part, that's what I wanted to get across. Now, let's talk about shapeshifters and chameleons. Now, what is a shapeshifter? A shapeshifter is a person that can take the shape and form of any situation, circumstance, person, place, or thing that's needed at the time. Or they know how to take the shape and form of the environment, right? And certain energy signatures. So this person may know how to take that shape and form, or they may take that shape and form so often that they end up becoming the energy signature of, they end up becoming the actual shape and form of whatever they taken up. For an example, if you are in a neighborhood and you have to become a shark based upon whatever you are doing, people will subconsciously start calling you a shark. You will start looking like a shark a lot of times. But that's besides the fact. A shapeshifter is just a person who know how to take the shape and form of a circumstance. For an example, you want to be a drug dealer, you got to know how to take the shape and form of that realm of reality. You want to be a thief, you got to know how to take the shape and form of that realm of reality. You want to know how to be a computer tech, you got to know how to take the shape and form of that reality. The more you know how to shape and form yourself into that world, the better you know how to sustain yourself in that world. Now, for the most part, this can go in two ways based upon a person's spirit. Now, a person who got a weak spirit, when they take the shape and form of the environment or circumstance or situation and things of that nature, it end up being a situation where you end up being seen as a follower. You end up being seen as a person who's only taking the shape and form because you don't want to be seen a certain way, or you might be hiding something. You see what I'm saying? Or things of that nature. So a person with a weak spirit who's always taking the shape and form, who's being a shapeshifter, a person with a weak spirit who's being a shapeshifter is always because they need to take the shape and form of something in order to sustain themselves in that area or in that astral travel at the time. So you will be seen in that way by others, and you will be treated as that also. Even from a lowest vibrational state, it might be a person who cared for you, but they'd throw little things out there to make you feel like this person's trying to say I'm following or something. Now, a strong spirit is a person that end up becoming the actuality of that shape and form. So whatever it is, this person becomes the representation of that. So whether you are a shark or a business hungry person or whatever like that, or you end up becoming that, or you in an area you want to become a drug dealer, you become that. You become the example it is for others to be the drug dealer in that area. You see what I'm saying? Other than having a weak spirit, you're following, trying to become the shape and form of a drug dealer, so you be seen as that. So that's a shapeshifter off the bat. Now, a chameleon is a little different. Now, a chameleon is a person that likes to blend in the environment. So this is a little different than a shapeshifter. A shapeshifter is a person who may like to participate in different environments a lot of times. The chameleon, not so much. A chameleon will be the first person who may shy away from a lot of experiences. But for the most part, it can play out in two ways with the chameleon. Now the chameleon is a person who likes to blend in. Now a person who has the weak spirit, who likes to blend in, always gets spotted, because you always start to appear to others as a person that something don't look right. Like in the overall picture, something don't look right in the picture. Oh, this look 3D. This don't even look like it's a part of the picture. You start to look like the illusion part of the picture. Like, hold on, this part ain't part of the picture. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when it's a weak spirit who's being a chameleon. So that's a person who's trying to blend in too much. So you end up being seen because you're creating scenarios for yourself of not wanting to be seen. Now you have a chameleon who has a strong spirit. This is a person who don't mind being seen, but they know how to blend in just right. You see what I'm saying? So they know how to blend in with the environment. They know how to blend in with the shapes and form. They know how to blend in with the concepts that's going on. So it's almost like a animal eat animal type of mentality. Not so much though, but it's almost like you know how to blend in when it's time to blend in, and you know how to separate yourself when it's time to separate. Other than the weak spirit who feel like they need to blend in anytime it's necessary because they don't see it no other kind of way. So I let the air escape. Let the air escape. Once I twist my body in certain ways and let it escape through burping and shit like that. But for the most part, yeah, that's the chameleon. The chameleon is a person who know how to blend in. Now, a strong spirited person who play the attributes of a chameleon is a person who know how to blend in when it's needed and know how to get out when it's needed. So the shit that happens, whatever circumstance, situation, or that the blending in consists of, the negative attributes kind of go past them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily be the one that take in all the negative attributes that come from whatever the energy that they're blending into, because they know how to blend in and they know how to get out just in time. Now, the weak spirited person is a person who blend in for the sake of not wanting to be seen. So a lot of times that can go good for so long, but then a person that end up getting spotted out, like this color. Like, for an example, everything blend in on this, right? Now you might see a color that's completely yellow. It's not even all the way turquoise or that kind of green, high yellow green right there. So you'll get spotted. You'll be like, hold on, you ain't blending in, and then you'll get attacked. You'll start creating scenarios where someone try to expose you, or expose your true colors in some way, shape, or form, or expose you, or try to realize or try to understand, are you in the right area or not? And through that spiritual understanding, it'll play out through the physical, as people may be nitpicking with you, or people may be trying to poke at you, or people try to see what's your real positioning on whatever situation y'all are in. And that goes the same for, it ain't the same, but same with the shapeshifter. Shapeshifter is a person who know how to take the shape and form of a concept or an environment or a situation. A strong spirited person know how to take the shape and form and become the actual example of that situation that they was taking the shape and form of. And the weak spirited person is a person that always they take shapes and forms, but they get spotted also. These people, they get seen as followers. They get seen as a person who's following a specific shape and form, but they're not actually never going to condense themselves as being that shape and form. So it's like you're loose, loose-lip, you're weak, you're loosely, you're not dependable. You know what I'm saying? I can see through you. You know what I'm saying? You're not solid. You see what I'm saying? It plays out like that. People will start calling you not solid. That's like if you are a fake hustler, you coming around people who do hustle and things of that nature, and but you just following. You're trying to take that shape and form, but you're not that shape and form. So it's like it's fraudulent. It's like people can see through you. They be like, "Ah, you ain't solid. I can see right through you," and you'll be treated as such. If you know what I mean. Everything come from the spirit realm before you see it in the physical realm. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.